Good morning, my dear students. I hope you're doing fantastic. Let's talk about IELTS speaking. In today's class, we will learn something innovative, especially about IELTS speaking.
Welcome to Varney Study Circle.
Even though IELTS doesn't contain any kind of, I would say, curriculum, nevertheless, it does contains a criterion which we have to follow, guys. Trust me. Otherwise, it's not gonna be worthwhile for our, I would say, best possible grades. In order to make sure of our bands, we have to use the features, pronunciation features, and we have to use lexical items. We have to make sure about our fluency. We have to make sure about our sentences, which must be error free. So if we are making sure of these components, it means we can easily achieve best possible grades on IELTS speaking. It's not gonna be impossible. Let's talk about fluency and coherence of a band 6. If someone wants to achieve a band 6, especially in fluency and coherence, one must maintain, I would say, connected speech in their conversation, even though it is not fully maintained to some extent. So we have to use discourse markers. Discourse markers are the auxiliary verbs. For instance, although, even though, nevertheless, these are called discourse markers. If someone wants to get a band 6 in speaking, especially in fluency and coherence, one must use discourse markers. So this is the special features of fluency and coherence in terms of a band 6. Let's talk about lexical items, which is so-called vocabulary. If someone wants to get a band 6 in terms of vocabulary, one needs to discuss the topic at length, then one may be able to score a band 6 in vocabulary. So this is the feature of a band 6 lexical items. Let's talk about IELTS pronunciation. If someone wants to get a band 6 in terms of pronunciation, one use some sort of chronological feature of IELTS pronunciation. Chronological features are the features which I would say give some sort of taste to English language, and one must use some sort of intonation even if their rhythm is not so accurate, and one can understand their conversation. This is the feature of a band 6 in terms of pronunciation. Let's talk about grammatical range and accuracy. If someone wants to get a band 6 in terms of grammar, one must use simple and complex sentences even though they contain some sort of mistakes or errors. Mixed and complex sentences, we have to make sure about the sentences, whether we are making sure of complex sentences and making sure of, I would say, simple sentences. So this is the feature of band 6.
Helmet.